Have you ever stopped to think about the small golden coin in your pocket? It might seem ordinary, but the 10 cent coin has a fascinating story, one that connects history, economy, and even art. This tiny yet powerful coin is a key player in the euro currency system, circulating in millions of hands across Europe every single day. But do you know its true value? Or that some versions of this coin are worth far more than just 10 cents? Today, we're going deep into the world of the 10 cent coin, exploring its history, design, hidden facts, and even rare editions that collectors go crazy for. Let's take a journey back in time. Before the euro existed, Europe was a patchwork of different currencies. Germany had the Deutsche Mark, France had the franc, Italy had the lira, and each country had its own monetary system. This meant that traveling between European countries was a hassle, exchanging money, dealing with fluctuating exchange rates, and even struggling with unfamiliar banknotes. The European Union wanted to solve this problem by creating a single, unified currency, the euro. The euro was officially introduced on January 1st, 1999, but it was only used for electronic transactions at first. It wasn't until January 1st, 2002, that the euro became physical, with banknotes and coins entering circulation. This was a historic moment, the birth of a new currency that would reshape Europe's economy forever. The 10 cent coin was part of this new system, designed to replace smaller denominations of former national currencies. But the story doesn't end there. The euro quickly became one of the world's most powerful currencies, and the 10 cent coin became a key part of everyday life in European countries. Today, this coin is used in 20 countries, including Germany, France, Spain, Italy, Netherlands, Belgium, Austria, Finland, and many more. But did you know that not all 10 cent coins are the same? Each country has its own unique design on the back, making collecting these coins an exciting challenge for numismatists, people who collect coins. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin special. The 10 cent coin has a diameter of 19.75 millimeters, weighs 4.10 grams, and is thicker than the smaller cent coins, making it easy to identify by touch. One of the most striking things about this coin is its golden color. But don't be fooled, it's not made of gold. Instead, it's made from Nordic gold, a unique metal alloy consisting of 89% copper, 5% aluminium, 5% zinc, and 1% tin. This material gives the coin its distinctive look, while also making it resistant to corrosion. The design of the 10 cent coin is another masterpiece. Like all euro coins, it has a common front side and a country-specific back side. On the front, you'll see a map of Europe, 6 diagonal lines and 12 stars, representing the European Union. This symbolizes unity, stability, and a shared future. But the back of the coin? That's where things get really interesting. Each country in the Eurozone has the freedom to design its own version of the 10 cent coin. For example, Germany's version features the Brandenburg Gate, a symbol of unity and peace. France's version depicts the sower, a classic French emblem representing agriculture and prosperity. Italy's version showcases the iconic Painting the Birth of Venus by Botticelli. This means that if you travel across Europe and collect 10 cent coins from different countries, you'll see a variety of beautiful, culturally significant designs. Now, let's talk about the real question. How much is a 10 cent coin worth? On the surface, it's exactly what the name says, 0.10 euros. That's about 0.11 US dollars in today's exchange rates. But in reality, some of these coins are worth far more. In many European countries, 10 cents won't buy much on its own. However, when combined with other coins, it becomes a valuable part of everyday transactions. You can use it to buy coffee, newspapers, public transport tickets, or snacks. It's also commonly used in vending machines, parking meters, and even tipping in some cultures. But here's where things get interesting. Some 10 cent coins are incredibly rare and valuable. For example, the Vatican City's 10 cent coin from 2002 is highly sought after by collectors because of its limited production. Similarly, coins from San Marino and Monaco are rare because they have smaller minting numbers. And then there are the error coins. Misprinted or incorrectly struck 10-euro-cent coins can sell for hundreds of euros. Imagine finding a small 10-cent coin in your wallet, only to discover that it's worth 100 euros or more to the right collector. This is why many people examine their coins closely, hoping to stumble upon a rare piece. But that's not the only fun fact about this coin. The Lincoln cent, commonly known as the penny, is one of the most iconic coins in American history. It has been around for over a century, passing through the hands of millions of people every single day. But have you ever stopped to think about its journey? How did this tiny copper coin become such a powerful symbol in the United States? And did you know that some rare Lincoln pennies are worth thousands, even millions of dollars? Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the American Lincoln cent. We'll uncover its history, design, hidden facts, and how you might have a valuable one sitting in your pocket right now. Let's start with a bit of history. Before the Lincoln cent, the United States had been using different 1-cent coins since the late 1700s. But in 1909, something remarkable happened. The U.S. Mint introduced the first penny featuring a real historical figure, President Abraham Lincoln. This was a huge change because, before this, American coins featured Lady Liberty or symbolic images rather than actual people. So why Lincoln? The year 1909 marked the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. To honor one of the most respected leaders in American history, the U.S. government decided to place his image on the cent. This was a bold move, but it was widely accepted because Lincoln was admired for his leadership during the Civil War and for ending slavery in the United States. Now, let's talk about the design. The original 1909 Lincoln cent, designed by Victor David Brenner, featured a profile of Lincoln on the obverse front and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse back, which is why it became known as the wheat penny. The design remained mostly unchanged until 1959, when the reverse was replaced with an image of the Lincoln Memorial to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday. Then in 2010, the Lincoln cent was redesigned again, featuring a Union shield on the reverse to represent Lincoln's efforts to preserve the United States. The Lincoln cent has changed in more ways than just design. The original 1909 pennies were made of 95% copper, giving them a rich reddish-brown color. But during World War II in 1943, the U.S. Mint faced a major problem. Copper was needed for ammunition and military equipment. So, for 1 year only, pennies were made out of steel coated with zinc. These 1943 steel pennies are some of the most collectible coins in history. But here's where it gets really interesting. A few copper pennies from 1943 were accidentally minted, and these rare coins are now worth over $1 million each. Over the years, the composition of the penny has changed again. Since 1982, Lincoln cents have been made of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper, meaning today's pennies are actually more zinc than copper. Despite this, they still retain their traditional copper appearance. Now, let's talk about the value of the Lincoln cent. At face value, it's just 1 cent, but some pennies are worth much more than that. For example, a rare 1943 copper penny sold for $1.7 million at auction. Other valuable Lincoln cents include the 1955 double-die penny, which has a noticeable doubling effect in its lettering, and the 1969 double-die penny, which is one of the rarest error coins ever discovered. Even some modern pennies, like the 1992 closed AM penny, can fetch thousands of dollars. So, how do you know if you have a valuable Lincoln cent? First, check the mint mark, a small letter under the year that tells you where the coin was made. Lincoln cents can have AP, Philadelphia, D, Denver, or S, San Francisco, mint mark. Some rare pennies have missing or unusual mint marks, making them highly valuable to collectors. Also, look for errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or misprinted lettering. These small mistakes can make a penny worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Pennies may seem small, but they have played a big role in American culture. They've been used in Lucky Charms, experiments, and even political protests. One of the most famous sayings in the U.S. is "a penny for your thoughts," symbolizing curiosity and knowledge. And let's not forget, see a penny. Pick it up. All day long you'll have good luck. A superstition that many people still believe today. But did you know that pennies might not be around forever? In recent years, there has been debate over whether the U.S. should stop producing pennies altogether. The reason? It costs more to make a penny than it's actually worth. Did you know that one of the most common coins in the United States, the Jefferson nickel, actually has a secret history? It may only be worth 5 cents, but some versions of this coin are worth thousands of dollars. In fact, one rare Jefferson nickel was sold for over $4 million. So, how can a simple 5-cent coin be worth so much? What makes the Jefferson nickel unique? And could you have a valuable one hiding in your pocket right now? Let's dive into the amazing story of the Jefferson nickel, from its historical beginnings to its rarest editions that collectors are hunting for today. Before we talk about the Jefferson nickel, let's take a step back in time. The United States has been minting 5-cent coins for over 150 years. Before the Jefferson nickel, the U.S. had a different 5-cent coin called the Buffalo nickel, which featured a Native American on the front and a buffalo on the back. While it was a beautiful coin, it had one major problem. The design wore down too quickly, making the details fade over time. So, in 1938, the U.S. Mint decided it was time for a change. A new design was created to honor one of the most influential founding fathers in American history, Thomas Jefferson. That's how the Jefferson nickel was born. The first ones were minted in 1938, and the coin has been in circulation ever since, making it one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history. Let's take a closer look at the design of the Jefferson nickel. The original version, designed by Felix Schlag, features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse front. On the reverse back, you'll find an image of Monticello, Jefferson's famous home in Virginia. Over the years, the design has been slightly modified, but Jefferson and Monticello have remained the central themes of the coin. But here's something mind-blowing. Not all Jefferson nickels are the same. There are multiple versions of this coin, each with unique characteristics. The most famous variation is the War nickel, which was minted during World War II, 1942 to 1945. During the war, the U.S. needed nickel metal for military equipment. So, for a few years, the Jefferson nickel was made with a special silver alloy instead. These war nickels contain 35% silver, making them highly valuable today. Not just for coin collectors, but also for people who collect silver. How can you tell if you have a war nickel? It's easy. Look for a large mint mark, P, D, or S, above Monticello on the reverse. If you see that, you're holding a real war nickel, and it's worth more than just 5 cents. But that's not the only rare Jefferson nickel out there. Some of the most valuable nickels include the 1950 D Jefferson nickel. This is one of the rarest regular-issue nickels, with only 2.6 million minted. If you have one in mint condition, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The 1942 D over horizontal D nickel. This is an error coin where the mint mark was accidentally stamped twice, one in a horizontal position. These are incredibly rare and can sell for thousands. Full steps Jefferson nickels. Some nickels are struck so perfectly that you can clearly see the steps on Monticello. These full steps nickels are highly sought after by collectors and can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk about how much Jefferson nickels are worth today. The regular Jefferson nickel you find in your change is still only worth 5 cents. But if you have a rare version, you could be sitting on a small fortune. For example, a 1942 P War nickel in perfect condition can sell for over $1,000. A 1950 D Jefferson nickel in pristine condition can sell for $10,000 or more. And the rarest Jefferson nickel ever, the 1913 Liberty Head nickel, was sold for an astonishing $4.5 million. So, how do you check if your nickel is valuable? Here are some simple steps. 1. Look at the year. Older nickels, especially from before 1965, have a higher chance of being valuable. 2. Check the mint mark. If your nickel has a large P, D, or S above Monticello, it's a worn nickel with silver content. 3. Look for errors. Coins with misprints, doubling, or off-center strikes can be worth big money.